C-Doc again.
Yes, y'all. Party people in the place to be. It is Tuesday night. It's YouTube. It's Channel Zero. And it's time for It's C-Doc again. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know where your children are at? Hopefully they're not watching the show because we curse a lot. Anyway, what's up, everybody? My name is C-Doc. I'm your host, producer, filmmaker, podcaster, blah, blah, blah. President of the Spit Slam record label group. And I am joined by my co-host, our social media manager for Spit Slam, coming from the land down under Louisville, Kentucky, so Chuckified.
What up?
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, we do this for the fucking kids.
Indeed we do. Indeed we do.
That's all I can think of is that Ice Cube joint. Yo, Ice Cube, man. Cube, do something for the kids.
Yep. For the motherfucking kids.
What's up, C-Doc? How you doing there, bro ham?
Oh, man. Busy as always, sir. How are you?
Good. I need to get something on my wall behind me. You know, I moved my desk around and I gotta, you know, I'm bringing the average white man back there with the whole white wall.
Yeah, it looks kind of gray from this perspective. Might just be.
It's actually a very light blue hue.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of like rain or something. I think that's what it was.
Interesting. Well, speaking of light blue hues, that has nothing to do with this. We're going to take it to our other co-host, taking it to the west side. She got her start in classic rap radio. Our lady from the heyday of K-Day, Jennifer O. Jenny.
Jenny.
Throwing up the dubs. Throwing up the dubs, Jen. There it is. Yes.
I was choosing not to throw up the dubs because there's been casualties.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Somebody cuff you up?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
You getting in gang fights? Damn.
Yeah. All because of this.
You're an OG.
Yeah, no, I met my friend's new puppy.
Oh. You threw up the W.
I did, yeah.
You didn't know the puppy was from Jersey?
Right?
Took offense?
Exactly. He was from the east side, and he got a little... Yeah.
Yep, got a little nasty with it.
He's massive.
He's a mastiff or he's massive?
He's massive. He's actually an XL bully, American bully. So he's a cross between an American bulldog and a pit. And he is 12 weeks old, and he already weighs 27 pounds.
Damn.
Massive.
Real quick, on the West Coast side, you know, I always do the traditional, right? But then
this is not West Coast. This is West.
Yeah, but I've also seen people do this, right? Is that that means something else, right?
Yeah.
But I have seen
I don't
people
know what
do that.
I don't know what that is.
I've also seen people do that. Like, what is the definitive West Coast sign?
Like you gotta twist it, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But then it's
What? Boy?
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep the arthritic pose.
There you go.
Although I can't hardly do it. My fingers are so fat. They're kind of like little Vienna sausages. So it's like
Vienna sausages. Excellent.
Were you ever skilled with the, live long and prosper, nanny?
Yeah.
Good.
Wait,
Glad
there
to
we
know
go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey,
real quick.
Tests later too.
Real quick, gotta put it out there that last Friday we released our first release of 2023. Spit Slam record label group. First release of 2023. Was just gonna put it up here. Here we go. Share screen. And our first compilation album too, Revenge of the DJ. All DJ album. Got some legends on it. Sammy B from the Jungle Brothers. Too Tough. Code Money. Magic Mike, Qbert Craze, plus some New Jacks, DJ Ace, Cut Lieutenant, Mike Flips, Cut Beatles, Kid Swift, M-Rock, and my homie DJ President Ike from The Impossibles. Yeah. So check that out. It's streaming now, or you can go to spitslamrecords.com, grab a CD if you so desire. And when we get to the Spit Slam Jam of the Week towards the end of the show, we will play one of the joints off that, because that was the Spit Slam Jam of the Week.
Sweet.
Yes, indeed.
As it should be.
As it should be. Also tonight, I think it's actually airing right now, but
right now.
Right now, you can check out Mr. Chuck's new documentary on PBS. Fight the Power, hip hop, and whatever.
How hip
hop changed the world.
Oh my god! Hip
I
hop
haven't-
and whatever.
I haven't seen it yet. Terrible. DJ Supreme from Birmingham. What's up?
Supreme gangsta shit.
Yep. Ultra Mag, Hype Style in the house.
I gotta be honest, Kyle is intimidating.
Yo, man.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, I'm freaking out a little bit.
What we'll bring him on, and then we have another co-host too, who's told me he was going to be at dinner, but I guess.
Do you remember his name? Because you didn't know the name of his documentary.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Hip hop and whatever.
He might be stopping just for a minute. So before we bring our esteemed guest on, our other co-host this evening, although it might be brief, but we'll say, he can stay as long as he wants. Our other co-host this evening, the founder of Spit Slam Records, among many other things. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chuck D.
Woo! Mr. Chuck.
Who is?
Can't
Hear us. Thank God.
You get situated.
Is this thing on?
I know, right? We can't hear him. There he goes.
On there. Yeah, I got to roll out in a few minutes to dinner, and I just got back. So it's man, and I want to be on there with Ice, man. We got so much to talk about. Yeah, you had Lord on when I was in London.
Yep.
And I had to get up early in the morning, and Lord came on. I think he was on between the hours of 2 to 5 when I was in London with a wake-up call at 7, so that wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And the BBC was beating my brains in, man. And big up to the BBC. You go over there, the BBC is all in one building. It's like 7 or 8 floors. And let me tell you, it is packed. You want to talk about, it is the factory of news and anything else you want to put in there. Big up,
Everything
Chuck.
in Great Britain.
Big up, Jenny. Oh, man, it was great. Britain. And outside the BBC, they got it's 2 buildings, and they got an actual a statue of George Orwell, of all people.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, Big Brother is here.
Big
so
Brother is here.
I have Dominic is going to give me actually how long I got on this, about 10 minutes.
All right.
I'm on we're gonna get ready to break out now, right?
All right,
I know.
Let's waste no time.
Let's get up Ice in there. Let's have 5 minutes of laughs.
Yep. So I know exactly.
5 minutes
right.
of laughs and then roll out.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's guest is one of the most talented performers I know. Singer, actor, entertainer.
Morgan.
This guy has there's Morgan.
What the big ears?
Sorry, Ice got bumped for Morgan. No,
I got daughters who have dogs. That's from
his-
the oldest. That's the oldest daughter that has a dog, and the youngest one has a dog.
Anyway, his new album, The Right Place, is out now. I've known him for many years. Chuck's known him even longer. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Ice Jason.
What's happening, everybody? Hello.
Oh, he got the drink too. You can't be
Of
quick.
course. Chuck.
Yo, that would break his cool on the air.
That's a surprise, yo, man. First of all, thank you, Doc. That's a big surprise, man, having Chuck on, man. What's up, Chuck? Love you, man.
What's up, man? Yo, man, I just got back. I want to be at the show, but family dinner, it calls, man. So,
hey, man, family
how
first,
that
baby.
is, right?
Family first, man. Absolutely, man.
But I gotta be on.
You gotta say what's up, man.
Yeah, man. I gotta be on here first. I gotta pay my due and respects. Get a couple questions in, man. Answer a few for you. No, let me stop.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If anybody knows, you would know. Right?
Yo, finishing each other's sentences
for many years, exactly.
For many years. Anyway, so yeah, I think 2 weeks ago, DJ Lloyd was on, and I was in London, man, and man, he was coming on. The show pops on, man. It's 2:30 in the morning with a 7 o'clock wake up call. That wasn't going to happen, man. It wasn't going to be like back in the day. Back in the day, I would be coming in coming in 4, man, taking the girls to school at 7, man.
There was a time.
Yeah. It was a time.
Those times are no more, right?
Other times are still going on, man. But anyway, back to you.
Oh man.
So you got a new album out. Let's just start right there. Let's tell the people. Tell the people.
Well, the record is called The Right Place, streaming everywhere. Super proud of this record, man. I'm getting a lot of burn, man. More than I've gotten. I don't know if I'm used to it, but we're I got 2 singles in the top 5, on Amazon and in the UK, and we always talk about being citizens of the world, so it's nice that that's happening. And I just got news the other day that the album is actually #1 on Amazon purchases and streaming in the UK. So we got to see if we can get the States. We got to see if we can get the States going. Thank you. I'm really happy. I'm very, very happy with the record. Yeah, man.
Hey, we've always talked about it. The overseas, they appreciate music a lot more than they do here in the States. To a certain degree.
Right. Yeah. And then, I think
I was going to ask you think it's better connection? Everything is connected better nowadays because you've always had that fan base around the world, but back in the day, it's it was on a delay getting around, but now it's boom, it's all connected, bam.
Yeah, immediate, man. And I'm so proud too, man, because it's I'm getting to your point, there's a lot of international cats hitting me up now, promoters and different people saying, hey man, we love the record, we need to, let me help you do this, let me help you do that. So I'm trying to field everything right now. It's it's a little bit crazy, but it's good. It's a good crazy. I'd rather have it this way. So I'm excited, man. I'm real excited.
That's fantastic. By the way, DJ Supreme is in the house. That worked on
my man.
Yeah, yes, something that matters. Yes.
That's right. And speaking of something that matters, I had a conversation with him because there's so many things we never even really got a chance to promote that record and push that record, because as soon as I released it, that's when Bootsy called and I went out. But I told Preem we're gonna re-release that. I'm telling you, the vault is open, bro. Doc, we got stuff that hasn't been released. So
I know
we're gonna push The Right Place right now. But I'm gonna start releasing stuff rivaling Prince's output in a minute, man. I've opened the vault. I got shit that's ready to roll, man. So Supreme, never fear, bro. We getting ready to release something that matters soon.
Coincidentally, I once upon a time myself, I had the honor of being with Kyle Jason as we visited Prince in Paisley Park, and I don't know what it was. It's every time after that, I kept hearing Prince. I kept saying, "Yo, did he have a monitor or ice or something like that?" Because you know, Kyle Jason to me is like, and this is just beyond my personal opinion, but it's proof of fact, is like one of the greatest songwriters of all time.
Yep.
If artists would pillage his catalog, you can supply so many hits for so many artists as well as yourself. But I mean, the styles, man, that you have, the versatile styles, you've done it all, and now it's coming to full fruition.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was the blessing and the curse. For so many years, Chuck, you've been a champion of mine, and Doc, you too. And I remember, I think the greatest quote was Eric Sadler actually said that, man. It's like, Kyle does so many things, like everybody's like, well, what is he? Like, what are you? And it's just, you gotta do what you feel. You know what I mean? If you get inspired to do something and you can do it well, we just do it. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's like hip hop, R&B, or grunge, or R&B, or pop, I mean, whatever it is, if you feel it and it's true to the people that's listening, you give it to them, man. But I thank you, man. I don't know what to say other than thank you so much, Chuck. I appreciate that compliment, man.
What was some of the highlights on this recent album? Some of the obstacles that you're like, wow, I think I'm gonna try this, but this seems like this going to have to get a little bit of more gristle out of me to accomplish this song.
You know what, man? Honestly, I mean, to take it back to the beginning of the whole creation of this record, man, I hear artists say it all the time, like I got out of my own way. You know, this particular record, man, I think what I did first and foremost was I settled into who I am and stopped obsessing over who I wanted to be. Like that was the first step. And then I knew exactly how to complete snapshot in my head of what I wanted this record to be. And then lo and behold, like magic, I found this cat named James Andrews, who's out of Atlanta, writer, producer, incredible musician. I saw him just on a stream on like social media, and I'm like, yo, this cat is nice, man. I reached out to him, introduced myself, said this is what I'm looking to do. I sent him a couple of acapellas, and he sent back some music to me that totally blew me away. Like I couldn't believe how he cradled my vocals, and I said, man, how did you come up with this? And the amazing thing is, he's like, dog, I'm just listening to you. I'm listening to what you do vocally, and I'm matching it musically. So that was the beginning of it right there. And then throughout the process, like the song only has 8 records. I recorded over 20 something records on this. And it's funny. And this is, I'm notorious for this. We clown cats that take a long time to make records and say, man, how the hell, why it take them so long to make this record? But the reality is, like, this one, I didn't want one song to be on this record that I sat back and cringed and said, damn, I should have done those vocals over. Or damn, I knew I should have changed that bass line. Or damn, man, you know what? This could have been a better mix. So I took my time. I got a song on this record that didn't make the record called Slow Dance. One of my favorite joints on the whole record. But I'm telling you, as I listened to it, I knew I didn't deliver vocally what I wanted to deliver. So I said, I got to get back in shape vocally. It's been a minute. So I said, I'm going to come back to that. But every song on this record I chose, and there's a lot of killers that just didn't make it, but I'll go back and readdress them later. But the conceptually, what I wanted to do with this record, I did it from top to bottom. And then finding the right guy to mix and master it, I found this cat named Roderick Carter up in Winston-Salem, and House of Fat Studios, man. He put the monster on this, man. He mixed and mastered it. So it really, the whole thing went from New York to Charlotte to Atlanta to Winston-Salem. And it was a work in progress. I didn't rush anything. I just took my time. Roderick is like a mad scientist when he's up there doing stuff, man. So he takes his time, and we go back and forth with tweaking the mixes and everything else. So until it's just like we want it. So I think that was the whole process. And like I said, I think it all started, quite frankly, and I'll say it again, really seriously, with me just settling into who I am, how I like to dress, how I like to move. I'm of a certain age right now. I'm not the same artist I was when I was 20 something. I can't flip the mic back and spin and split no more. So there's just a certain energy about me right now that I've embraced. And I'm loving where I am, and this record is very indicative of it right now.
Well, you look at ageless, man, and really, Yo, man, it's like, yo, man, what they call it when they say like you and dark what are they, dark shadows, man. It's like you know,
Barnabas Collins, man. Yo,
it's
you
like
Barnabas
you
I get all of
ageless,
that,
man.
Like,
It's like, yo,
I
man.
get all of that, man. Everybody's like, yo, B, you sleeping in the hyperbaric. You sleeping in the Mike Jackson chamber, man. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. I get called vampire. I get called, like, come on, man. You know, but
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I embrace it, man. I embrace it, man.
Because it seemed like it seemed like you got 20, 30 years ahead of you that you could zoom and just, I mean, destroy it, where other acts and other artists seem like age has been like a barrier. We've lost so many between like 30 and 50 because maybe they had a little bit too much too soon. They didn't take advantage and take care of themselves. The vocal chops, you know, like all of a sudden ain't there. They might have got, you know, maybe catered and carried in their career a little bit too much. So now in the age of independence and you could do your own thing, they gun shy. They don't know what to do. You seem like all the trials and tribulations that you have experienced up to this point, now you just using it as your body of work is now like you Patrick Mahomes now.
We must have the technical difficulty strike again. So
well, I know I got 5 minutes. I wait till Ice comes back. But yeah, he's like he's Patrick Mahomes. He's got all those skills. Yeah. And his skill set is just so deep and vast. And we're not even talking about the live, you know. Yeah, back. I lost you on the Patrick Mahomes statement.
Oh, yeah. I blasted out for a minute. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I said it's almost like your catalog and your abilities, experience is like you got like Patrick Mahomes assets, you know, going in. I'm serious. It's like you could carve it any kind of way.
Well, no, man. Well, first let me go back to like what you were saying before I zapped out when you were talking about, you know, people maybe got too much too soon. Yo, I think we talking about the right place. It's better for me to have this right now. Yeah. You know the Rick James stories.
Yo, listen.
Listen,
I heard this goes out to everybody out there before I sign off, because y'all gonna have a wonderful time with Kyle Jason. Listen, all this stuff that y'all hear about Dave Chappelle, and he's telling the Rick James story, and he made like a mint, and really Dave Chappelle kind of like got famous, super famous for telling the Rick James story and bringing in Charlie Murphy. I was hearing these stories in real time from Kyle Jason in 1981, 82 in real time. So these stories sat with me forever. So when I would tell somebody else the story, they would be like, what are you talking about? And then they get it like 20 years later based on Dave Chappelle's show, bringing Charlie Murphy on.
Yep.
I'm like, anyway, it's that's just the most amazing thing. Yeah. I mean, Kyle Jason toured with Eddie Murphy back in 19 and I would hear the stories of real time that Dave Chappelle got his fame off of, and I had them inside me all the time based on what Kyle told me.
Yeah, my phone rang off the hook, man. When that Charlie Murphy thing came out, that everybody's like, "Yo, that's exactly what you were telling us, man." I'm like, "I told y'all."
Hey, wait, and some. Wait.
Yeah,
that's exactly what.
Right.
And some.
Yeah. Y'all got the G-rated. Y'all got the G-rated, baby.
Lord.
Y'all got the G-rated, man. For real. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh man. Fun times, man.
I gotta roll. I gotta do salute to everybody. Salute Ice.
Chuck,
love
man.
you, my brother.
Love you too, brother. Thank you.
We gotta get a part
in,
2 of this, man. We gotta get a part 2.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
all right, man. Y'all be safe, man. Give everybody my love. I'll talk to you soon. All right?
I sure will. All right, y'all.
Later.
All right, Mr. Chuck.
Chuck's
Yeah,
like, it's
man,
getting a little too close to comfort. I'm gonna have to bounce. He won't be implicated in these stories.
So
yeah.
so take it back, man. Tell us
No.
you.
No,
No, we don't have to
I
talk about Rick James,
got
but
okay. Yeah, I gotta say those. I've been sworn to secrecy with those stories, man.
I
And
totally
talk about
understand.
too much too soon. Yeah, and listen, bro. If I would have made it back then, this interview would not be going on right now, Playboy. Trust me. Believe me, it would not. Oh man.
But you grew up in Roosevelt,
Yes.
Long Island, and you were good friends with the Murphys, with Eddie and Charlie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell us about, you were part of Eddie's entourage.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess you can call it that. I mean, I was kind of like the youngest cat, man, and Ed years ago, man, like shit, he was 16, and he used to come by the crib and tell my mother, "Oh, don't worry, he's with me." We're going, he had this like talent troupe that it was me, it was the Williams brothers, it was Dennis McDowell playing the keyboard, the Hubbards, Ronald Hubbard and everybody. And we would literally, and Jesse Teasley, we would literally go to Ed's crib, and it was like Saturday Night Live before he got on Saturday Night Live. Like he had this vision of, we're going to do skits and we're going to do this. We're going to imitate the Beatles. We're going to do this. And he had such this grand vision. And, I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't really, I knew I was amongst somebody that just knew who the hell he was, and he knew he had a focus about what he was going to do and what he was going to be in this world. And I think everybody else, it was kind of like pulling teeth, trying to get them to join in. And all I knew is like, man, look, I could sing. I'm gonna get up there with the big flyaway afro, and I'm gonna sing a couple of songs, and I'm gonna do my thing. But he had this vision, man, to be great, and it's interesting, even at like 16, 17, he was like, yo, I'm Ed, man. Like, I'm Ed. Everybody's like, what? Like, what? So, yeah, so then when he made it, got on Saturday Night Live, I was doing my thing, running around like, Prince James or, like Rick Prince. I was like, hey, you couldn't tell me, I hit that zone where, their music, I was heavily influenced by the music. And Ed came down to one of the rehearsals and was like, yo, man, we getting ready to go out. Come on, come on. So, when I did a few shows, learned a lot of what to do and what not to do and how to do things and everything. So it was a valuable experience, man, for me. And, again, like, I think Ed is one of the greatest cats ever, man. Like, when he sees it, you know what I mean? We have the conversations, but he's in the stratosphere now, man. So it's kind of hard to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
And what people might also not realize is that wait, hang on. I'll check if it's situating himself. Okay. People may not realize is that also you spent a lot of time at 510.
Oh yeah, man. 510 South Franklin, man. That was steel sharp and steel, man. That was like the fucking arena, man. That like, what do they call it? The Coliseum, man. Like, like seriously. No, man, if you were whack, everybody would let you have it. And if you came in with an ego, you better prove it. You know what I mean? I mean, that place was a hotbed of amazing talent. And it all started with Eric Sadler. Eric Sadler was that cat, I mean, when you talk about one of the first people ever to not only be a ridiculous musician, but lean into technology, the first one to understand how to work the drum machines and the sequencers, then go into the recording studios and know how to mix. And he was the cat. But yeah, I mean, when you talk about me, you talk about all of the bands that came through there. You talk about, like upstairs, downstairs, we had the rehearsal studio for the live bands. Upstairs is where Public Enemy started, which was Spectrum City at the time. Yeah, 510 South Franklin is legendary, and they're doing a documentary about that now too. I think Aunt Mo is doing a documentary about that. As a matter of fact, he's supposed to come down next week and interview me and Terminator, because Terminator's here, and the Johnsons, the brothers down here.
Word. That's what's up. Aunt actually called me. I got to call him back. So
yeah.
maybe
it's probably about that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
probably about that. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So you're doing your thing,
Right.
sharpening your skills. When do you start to go out and try to get a deal, so to speak?
Man, listen, bro. Yeah. And right after high school, man, I was a studio rat, man. Any time I could sit in and listen to sessions and learn and try and figure out how to make records, I did that. And I got my first deal in 1989 with Virgin Records. You know, I was on a label with Lenny Kravitz and Paula Abdul, Soul to Soul, Layla Hathaway,
Yeah.
and you know, Janet Jackson's contract was up with Atlantic at the time, I think A&M, and everybody wanted her, and Virgin Records got her, and they gave her a lot of money, and they took all the new acts and they put them on the shelf, and I was one of those new acts. Took me a couple of years to get out of that contract, and lost everything. Lost everything.
Yeah,
hard time.
Because
My crib, my car, everything. Yeah, it was hard times, man. Go ahead.
Because weren't you like up until Janet, weren't you like one of the like highest, like biggest advances they gave out?
Oh yeah, no, I was at the time in 1989. I had gotten the largest deal of any new act in the R&B department in the history. Like they were like, yo, you're the one. Like you're gonna be this. Man, they were blowing sunshine all over me, man. They were sprinkling everything, man, because they said, look, you write, you know, you produce, you're an incredible performer. We already see it. You know, you're gonna be, the record's gonna come out. We're gonna have you on the road. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. To Janet signing that dotted line, baby, and it was like emergency break. Yeah, you know, and that was it for me. That was it, baby. That was it. But you know, my story's not unique, man. I mean, I tell you, man, I was broken over that for a long time, man. I was tight, man, for years. Like, you know, but it's not Janet's fault. You know, it's the industry. It's the nature of what this industry is. You know, like I said, my story is not unique. You know, it happens all the time, you know. So but that's it. You know, again, it made me stronger, made me more determined, you know, to do it again, see if I could do it again, which I did.
Yeah. And by the way, this is a friendly reminder that I would still love to hear that record, that album.
Hey, listen, I told you, man, the vault is open.
Yes.
I'm cataloging everything right now. But let me tell you, I'm just giving you fair warning. The record was made in the late 80s, early 90s. It sounds like it. A lot of reverb on the snare.
Big drums.
You know, big drums, right? Yeah. Yep. So, but I listened back to the songs and the production. I did that album with a cat named Christopher Patty, out on Long Island. He is probably one of the most gifted musicians and producers I've ever met in my life. This cat plays everything dope, like dope. He's ridiculous. Right. So production, songs, everything. I think it's really good. So yeah, we'll let it out. We'll let it out. I think because I think the time is over now anyway. Virgin can't have it no more. So they don't own the rights to it anymore. So
I'm sure Virgin probably doesn't even realize they had it.
Yeah, you know? They're probably like, whatever. Wouldn't that be some shit? Wouldn't that be some shit? One of those songs come out and it's like, oh, we put it on a movie or something, like a retro movie and shit. Wouldn't that be something?
Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
that
man.
would be nice.
Everything is new again.
So, how about that? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So hard times, couple of years go by, but you still got the connects, and Chuck is doing his first solo record, the autobiography of Mr. Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
You get the call for that to show up for some of those sessions. Yes.
Man, listen. After everything went awry, man, I called my cousin Gino, man. I was working in a deli in a supermarket, man, scaling fish and slicing bologna in the same town where everybody saw me get the deal, driving the car. Oh, Ice got a $10 million deal. You know how it gets crazy. You know, it's like, oh, you got this. So then, you know, you behind there with a dirty smock on, like slicing bologna or scaling fish, and you get people come in and they see you. And then you get the ones that look at you like, yo, man, what happened? You know, like, yo, what's going on? And then, you know, genuinely love you and care about it. And then you get the other ones like, yo, man, so what happened, man? You know, with the semi smile. But I was like, yo, man, I face it like a man. Like, look, man, I'm an artist, but I'm a man first. You know, I got to put money in my pocket. I'll scale fish. I'll dig trenches. I'll shovel shit. Whatever's got to do to feed my family, I'm going to do that. So I did that, built myself back up. And I was kind of like in limbo. My goal was just to work, save money, get back in the studio, record another demo, and get back out there. And then, like, I got the call from Chuck. And Chuck pulled me back and said, yo, man, it was a Rocky moment. You know, you gotta get out there, Rock. You gotta, you know, he was on that shit. He was like, yo, the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you gotta get back out there and get it, man. So that kind of, you know, Chuck pulling me back out and bringing me into the fold to start working again and getting my chops back and getting into the studio and everything was very instrumental in me getting my footing again, you know.
Yeah. And you were so Chuck went to Sony and started Slam Jams,
right?
Which was his imprint through Sony Music, and you were one of three artists, I think, that was signed to the original Slam Jams.
Yep.
And only the second one to actually release anything. There were only 2 releases.
Right.
So
yeah.
So did you work on doing stuff on Chuck's album first, and then you went to Generations?
I think I honestly I can't remember. It might have been around the same time.
Same time.
But I think Chuck's stuff came first, and then we started Generations, because I remember when he got me, he said his goal was to get them to sign me directly, so to come through his imprint, and it actually happened, you know. So when we recorded Generations, he said, well, it's a small budget. It ain't like what you had that version, baby. It's a small budget. But he said, if anybody could do Ice, I know you can. So I was like, hell yeah. And I ended up getting like Bootsy Collins and George Clinton and Amp Fiddler and like, you know, like P-Funk cats. That was my introduction to P-Funk, because Vivian Chu now, she actually introduced me to George and them, and they fell in love with me. They said, man, roll with us. Come on out, man. So we recorded Generations, and I never forget, man, I had a meeting and with the head of marketing promotions, man. He sat me down. He says, look, man, we love you. We love the record. But I'm telling you straight up and down, man, we just signed this female group, and we throwing everything and the kitchen sink behind them. So we're going to throw your shit against the wall and see if it sticks. And I'm like, well, you know, who's Destiny's Child? I was like, yo, man. I'm like, yo, bro, I can't get a fucking break, man. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, come on, man. Are you serious? So yeah, man, yeah, and it's interesting. And then what's really interesting about that whole time too is, like, I used to see Alicia Keys up there all the time. Like, we'd have our monthly meetings, because Alicia was signed to Sony at the same time I was. So it was me, Destiny's Child, Maxwell, Alicia Keys, Kenny Lattimore. And all of a sudden, I just didn't see Alicia no more. I'm like, yo, where the fuck is Alicia? They knew that her management saw the writing on the wall, and they saw how much money and everything they were putting behind Destiny's Child. It's like, hell no. So they took her to Clyde. They took her over to J Records, and the rest is history. So you know, so here's to having good management.
Right? Word up.
Yeah. So,
wow.
But yeah, man, that's the trifecta. Like, those are Kyle's Angels, Janet Jackson, Beyonce, and Alicia Keys. Every time because look, man, when I heard New York, every time I heard that, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then I heard, we are a part of the. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, it's hard, bro. Hard treading. Hard treading over those years, man. Hard treading. Yeah, man. But like I said, man, it's the nature of the game. It toughens you up, and it puts you in a place to where hopefully you can get to the right place. You know, it never broke me completely. It broke me down, but it never broke me completely, you know. And it's interesting because you see people all the time say, damn, man, you still doing music? I said, music is not what I do, man. Music is who I am. If I got to get up and go to work every day, to work a regular job to feed my family, that's what I do. Like, that's what I'm just doing. But who I am is different. I can't turn music off in my head. You can't turn it off, man. I can't, you know, I wake up, you know, Doc, you wake up at 3 in the morning and you hear a rhythm. I grab my phone, sing it into the phone, lay it down. I wake up the next day. I don't even remember what I did until I listen to it again. These are gifts. And I've learned to appreciate those gifts throughout the year. and not question them, man. Just hit it. You know what I mean? Just hit it, enjoy it, embrace it, and settle into who you are. And who I am now, you know, is a cat that's in the right place.
Well played.
Who did you inherit your talents from? Do you have folks in your family that are talented?
Well, yeah. Oddly enough, my mother was in a singing group in the 60s called the Cotillions. It was kind of like a Diana Ross and the Supreme thing. And my father, his name was Frankie Love. He was a doo-wop singer. He put out a few singles, like he was a real cat. Like he did it. He and my mother met at a talent show. And, you know, he's Italian, you know, smooth, you know, whatever cat, you know, my mother, you know, chocolate princess, like we did in Dope Man, Doc, you know, like, yeah, we did, right, you know, born from the seed of a doo-wop king, cool Italian mother, and a slip from the womb of a chocolate queen, stars were in her eyes, you know what I mean? She was only 17. Yeah, so, so they met, so I guess that's where I inherited my talent, because both of them were singers, so. And my father was a uber creative, which eventually led to his, you know, he had a lot of the same issues that I've been having, but it really broke him down bad, him down real bad. So yeah, so in answer to your question, my mother and father, yes, were both singers.
And were they supportive of your craft?
Well, I didn't actually. My mother is at the time, but I didn't meet my father till I was 22. I heard all about him. I knew all about him, but I think I was in my father's presence a total of 5 times. I can count on my hand until I found out he passed away. So he passed away, in 98. So yeah, but yeah, you know, hey, you know, I mean, quite frankly, I barely knew the guy. You know what I mean? To be honest, man. I mean, I'm being completely transparent. You know, when I met him, we vibe, we talked history, we talked music, we talked love and life and all that. You know, but he missed a lot. And my mother pretty much did mostly everything. So he missed a lot. But like I said, I reconciled. I had no animosity or anything towards him, you know, because my mother never said one bad word about the man. What's this? Sugar Bear? What's he saying? On my phone, I can't read it.
Says the rocking chair looks bigger than you.
It is. It really is. It's a very comfortable chair. Good. Sugar Bear got jokes. As usual.
Sugar Bear always got you.
Again, 5'10". You know what I mean? Sharp, sharp, and steel. Y'all got to be ready. I'll call you later, Sugar Bear. We'll handle this later.
You need to call him later anyway, because his birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday, Sugar Bear. A little bit early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Happy birthday, Sugar Bear. Also, so about the time that I first met you, you were doing, because this will lead to something else later, Chuck had started online radio called bringthenoise.com.
Right.
And you were doing one or two, a couple of the shows on there?
Probably. Like everything everything Chuck did is like, yo, Ice, I'm doing this thing, man. I'm like, I bet I'm down. You know, I'm just, you know, he's always been at the forefront of a lot of great ideas when it comes to online stuff. And I've fully supported all the way, like whatever he wants to do. I mean, if I could do it well, you know what I mean? If I couldn't do it well, I wouldn't do it, you know, but I've always supported him like he supported me. So yeah, we did a few different shows, man. Yeah.
Yep. Which will lead to something later we'll get to. Your radio career, host career. Yeah.
I've done a lot of shit, man. Jeez,
I know. I know.
Right.
And then so 2000, in the year 2000, you, Chuck, Griff teamed up together with Lord and a band and did Confrontation Camp.
Right. Yeah.
Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Closer than they appear. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's pretty hot. I mean, it was. I love that project, man. I love that project, man. Very, very aggressive. I don't think I could even get my voice to do that stuff anymore. But it was really aggressive. I thought it was great. We did a couple of shows. Didn't really get the momentum and stuff that we needed behind it. But still, nonetheless, a great project. I thought it was a great project. I thought it could stand up with that type of music that was out there at the time, kind of like that rock rap combo, live band, singing, rapping kind of thing. I thought it could stand up. And again, when the brainchild, Chuck came by with it, I'm like, yeah, sounds good to me. I ain't doing nothing now anyway, so let's do it. Let's do it.
Right. There's a song on that record called Jasper.
Yeah.
That is just one of the most gut-wrenching, amazing songs I think I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, Jasper's pretty tough, man. It's about birds. Yeah, that was Jasper, Texas. That was a hard one to write, man. And that song still gives me chills to this day. It's very eerie, very it's like that scary movie when the person comes up behind you and just does this thing and touch you. Like, that's what it feels like, that song. I haven't listened to it in a very, very long time.
I revisited the album. Yeah, right. I revisited the album lately because it's on the Rap Station app. It's on the Enemy radio station. The songs show up every once, and they've been showing up a lot lately, which led me to think about reissuing it this year, which I think we should do. And and Jasper came on. I was like, man. And it floored me all over again. The song is really amazing. So,
thanks, man. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
And again, that was a collaborative effort with everybody, man. Jafar Mahmoud, man, on guitar, like that really created that really. He and I, when I was doing some rock stuff with him, man, he's like my brother, man. He's an amazing talent, and his ideas, like his voicings and phrasings on the guitars, and what he chooses to use, like his effects and stuff like that, are very, very unique. He's a great artist himself.
Yeah, great.
He was instrumental in creating that sound for sure.
It's a dope sound. It's a dope record, and we gotta, like I said, we need to re-release that one, and get it back out there.
Now you're making me want to listen to it again. I want to hear it.
You should, because I think we should go back, and I brought it up to Lord when he was on the show, and he's like, if you re-release it, remaster it. He goes, beef the sound up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that I agree. I definitely agree. If I remember correctly, it definitely needs to be remastered for sure.
Yeah, so we'll work on that. So then Slam Jams comes back around again,
right?
The new iteration of Slam Jams, and so you put a new band together, and started working on an album called Revolution of the Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Which needs to be back out again. Yet another one.
Exactly. Another one.
Yeah, Revolution of the Cool was dope, man. My guys were killers, man. Matthew Palmer and the whole horn section. We had the late great my brother Gordon Johnson on the drums. Reggie Padilla. Actually, Reggie Padilla is I always say Padilla. It is actually pronounced Padilla. So I gotta put some respect on his name. But Reggie actually played on The Right Place. He's playing sax and piano on Kissed. So nice. He's another one of those just immensely gifted individuals. You know what I mean? That can kind of do it all. But yeah, man. I mean, DB, my man Dennis Brown on guitar, Bones. John Montalbano on bass. Man, we were killers. We were killers, man. We went out. Did a lot of shows, rehearsed a lot. I wanted the show really, really tight. Dressed killer to the nines. We came in that joint looking like the Rat Pack, and crushed every time we hit the stage, man. Yeah, that was a great project. We had everything from jazz to jazz instrumentals to like funk stuff. I would say it's kind of like it would be more along the lines of like something Prince would do, I think, just based on the content of the record, funky, but then in jazz instrumentals out of nowhere, and it's just kind of it was a very eclectic mix, of music.
But it's still a very cohesive record.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. No, I got to go back and listen to it, man. Somebody asked me recently, so man, you got a lot of songs. Like, how many songs do you have? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I mean, and I'm talking about out of the stuff that's been released.
Right.
Like, you know, I heard stuff. I'm like, yo, when did I do that? Like, you did that one nation or one world, one. I was like,
Oh,
yo,
One Nation, One Fam.
yeah,
Yeah.
yo. I was like, when did I do that? Like, I did not remember that at all until I heard it. I'm like, oh, that's right. Yeah. So there's stuff released that I don't remember doing. So we won't even get into the stuff that's not released. You know?
Right. Well, yeah, because I actually skipped over a couple of things because there were a couple of albums in the cracks there, like the Red Pill. Yes, we're going to talk about that, John. We are going to talk about that. Yes, I have a bone to pick with that, but yes, we will talk about that. Yeah, like the Red Pill, Sexy Electric.
Yeah,
you know?
Sex Electric. Yeah, Sex Electric was dope. That I wanna put that joint back out. But with different songs, there's only a few songs off that record I thought listening back that were ready. You know,
Okay.
only a couple. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I put that record back out, it's gonna be right this time. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be like a reissue. What do they call it? The deluxe? My son was telling me, he's like, yeah, everybody's putting the deluxe version out now. So I might have to put the deluxe of Sex Electric out. That's a hot record.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what's up. So yeah, this was at the time that here's Revolution of the Cool for those. There you go. This was about the time that I started working with you, and I remember I got to thank you because you were very instrumental in getting my filmmaking career kicked off. Because I don't know if you remember or not, I was at Chuck's place in Roosevelt, and down in the basement, and I was showing him. We had just done for the Impossibles our video for One Man's Dope, and I showed it to him, and he was laughing his ass off at the video because it's silly, and he's like, "Yo, Ice, you got to see this," and and you came down, you're like, "What's up?" And then we watched the video again, and you laughed your ass off.
Right.
And then the video was over, and you turned to me and you're like, "Yo, man, when can you come out here and shoot a video for me?"
Yep.
And I was like, "All right, well, let me check my schedule." And then I came back a couple months later, and we did Hot Sauce and Dope Man.
Dope
We did
Man.
those two
Yes,
videos.
Sir.
Yep.
Yeah. DJ Johnny Juice.
DJ Johnny Juice.
Yeah, that Dope Man still to this day that shit is fire, man. I love that record, man.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's something too. I talked to Juice about this, man. We need to do, because Juice and I have done so many records together. I was talking to him about, doing like the Kyle Jason, the Johnny Juice session.
Yeah.
And even with you and I have done so many things. We could put out an EP. Kyle Jason, the C-Doc sessions. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, we have such I mean, damn, we got a lot of songs, man. Like, and I love it. I love that because we did it for the love. We do it for the work. Even like Preem, Malone, he just came, he just chimed in, man. I mean, when I did Something That Matters with him, man, it was love, man. It was like, yo, I got the tracks, you got the verses, you got, like, let's create a piece of art. And I love that about him, because Preem came out of nowhere, man. It was just I met him kind of like organically the same way I met James Andrews, the same exact way, man. Just reached out, connected, and just started creating great music, man. I love that, because again, it shows that we care. It's not about the bag, it's not about this, is that'll come, but you got to put the love in it too, man. And that's, I think that's a lot of that is missing today.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
It shows in the music. It shows in the music.
Exactly. It's about, okay, what am I going to make off of this? And that's not a great place to start.
No.
So, okay, so since Mr. Malone mentioned it, we ended up doing a handful of videos. Chuck saw Griff saw the Dope Man video and said, "Yo, you got C-Doc, you got to shoot a video for me in the 7th octave." So I went and did that, and then Chuck was like, "Why don't you just become the guy for Slam Jams?"
Right.
And so I started doing all the Slam Jams videos, and we did a video for a song called "Why Am I So Funky?"
Yeah.
And yeah. That
yeah.
that turned out fantastic.
Yeah.
And it ended up on BET Jazz, BETJ.
Yep. Right.
It was in rotation on BETJ for like a year, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they played the heck out of that, man.
Yeah.
Salute to BETJ. Thank you. That was
exactly.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah, that got a lot of burn. People still talk about that song because of the video too. They're like, "Yo, the song is crazy, but the video was insane." Like, that was a great idea. Great idea. That video was amazing, Doc.
I'm glad I was able to figure out how to do it, because I remember when we talked about it, and I don't remember which one of us thought of it, or if we both thought of it, or kind of workshopped the idea, but it was kind of like, I do remember thinking, I have no idea how the fuck I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, but you did it. It's insane. It's insane. Like when people see me on those album covers, but I'm actually moving on the album cover. Like when I look up from the Isaac Hayes album cover, and you just got the top of my head, it's ridiculous. Then I'm dancing on the Earth, Wind and Fire album cover. Like it's insane. That video. Now I got to go back and watch that again. It's just like you forget. Like I hadn't even thought about that record in a while, man. Wow.
Yeah.
But
good stuff,
so
man. Great stuff. And so it ended up on BETJ for over a year or so, and then Erykah Badu puts out this record.
Yep.
Which I like her. I like her record, right? I like her record.
Yeah.
With Ninth Wonder, and it's called Honey. And I see the video, and I'm like, yo,
this looks oddly familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're like, this looks pretty familiar.
I'm like, wait a minute, where she's on the album covers dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, like what the motherfucker, So,
hey man, I take it as a grand compliment.
Right.
Exactly. Again, being in the place I am now, not to say where I was back then, but being where I am now, I take that as a grand compliment.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
And I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Exactly. When did you decide to start acting?
Man, I honestly, I don't know. I think it had to be around 2000. Oh, I'll tell you exactly when. There was some filmmakers that came to the studio at Third Place.
Okay.
And there was a chick. There was a guy and a woman, man and woman, and they came because they wanted to listen to some songs for an independent film they were doing. And the chick came. And we're talking, and she's like, eyeball, like she's staring at me, and I'm like, okay, you got a little flavor, all right, hey, okay, I'm thinking it's that, and she was like, do you act? And I was like, yeah, I'm like, shit, I'm like, yo, I'm like, yeah, and so I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, yo, because would you want to come read for something? I'm like, yeah, sure. So that was the first thing. Read for it, got a small part. So then I started getting all the trades and looking at the auditions that were available. So I got some headshots made, sent them in, and I'd send it in. And then I get a call back. I go into the city, and that's when I first started working with Junie, doing Junie Smith stuff.
Junie Smith.
And learning how movies were made. And of course, there's a lot of criticism about the movies, whether they were the quality of the movies, But let me tell you something, which is interesting, and this is one of the greatest quotes I've ever heard. Like I said, look, because I look at Junie as like a mentor. I mean, he's like a big brother.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know who Junie Smith is, he was an actor. Good Morning Vietnam. He was in like Lethal Weapon 3. He was in front of the camera, and he decided he wanted to go and start making his own movies. So he started making movies, kind of low budget, action. Where's the gun? Where's the drugs? Little booty shaking, whatever. That was his thing. So there's a lot of critique about those movies. So I said, Junie, man, like, big brother, man, like, how do you feel when people, criticize your movies and say like they're not good or whatever? He said, I simply asked them, where's their movie? I was like, he's like, he said, because if they don't have a movie, then I just said to him, oh, so you're not in the business. Because if you had a movie and you had a movie better than mine, then you can critique mine. But since you've never made a movie and you don't know what making a movie is and what it entails and how to get a movie made, not only get it made, but then get it distributed and get it out into the world. If you've never done that, then, you know, you can't really criticize my movie. You know, you're criticizing as a consumer from the outside. I was like, damn. So he made a good point. So I made a few movies with him, and then you and I started talking, and it was like, yo, man, you know, I got this script, I got this idea, and then you and I made a couple of the joints, man. And, you know, man.
No, like I said, it was you working with you on the music videos, and then you telling me about what you were doing with Junie and how Junie was doing everything, with a low budget, but actually making it happen and getting them out into the marketplace. That kicked my whole filmmaking career off. So thank you for that, man. You know.
And well, no, you're very welcome. And look, man, I want to tip my hat to you, man, because you guys have been killing it, man. You and John are just cranking them out, and y'all are running the Midwest right now, man. So I love it, man. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, man.
We did.
I'm ready. I'm ready for my cameo when you're ready for me. You know?
Oh yeah, of course.
I'll come down come over for a few days of shooting whenever you're ready. Whenever you want the bad guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, whenever you want the bad guy. I'm always typecast as a bad guy. Go figure. You know. Yeah.
You played actually, my favorite role you played was you were a cop in one of Junie's movies, and that shit was hilarious. You know?
Oh yeah. Damn, what was it? No, it wasn't Dirty Shield. It was I can't remember, man.
Because you were a bad cop in Dirty Shield, I think.
Dirty Shield was a bad cop, but God damn. Anyway, I know. I know a movie you're talking about. Yeah, when I was.
It was Underground PD.
Underground PD. Underground PD. Right. I played. I was in bad shape in that movie, man. But that was good.
Yeah, you were fantastic. You were always kind of like out acting everybody else in Junie's movies, you know. All due respect. You know,
no, it was interesting too. Is like, you know, when we had the premieres, like people would come to the movies, and I'm like, "Yay, so what'd you think?" They were like, "You were good." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." Like, but what'd you think of the? He's like, "No, you were good." And I'm like, "Okay." I guess that says it. All right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chuck. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Oh, cut you big call.
So you were released on Wikipedia. You were in American Gangster.
Yeah, man. I ended up on the cutting room floor though. But what's interesting is the DVD, the deluxe edition of the DVD or whatever they call it. Somebody called me and was like, "Yo, was you an American Gangster?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I didn't." Like, "Nah, man, I saw the extended cut DVD. Yo, did you have on like a purple turtleneck with a big medallion and a big afro?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, it was me." So I was in a scene. I played a player. You know, like during the Ali fight. There's a scene where they, where Denzel comes in with the chinchilla and all of that stuff, and then they pan into the crowd. So if you see it slowly, if you pan into the crowd, you'll see me standing with the big afro wig. I got the shades on. I got this like purple, like whatever, and this big ass gold medallion. You know, I was playing it to the T, baby. I was, American Gang. You know, I was up in that space. I'm like, I'm ready for my close up. American Gang.
How do you get cast in a movie like that?
I just went to the audition, man. The block was around the corner. Like I went, I heard they were casting. I'm like, yo, who knows? So I went, and it's funny. There's a guy named Eddie Goins. He is a guy I worked in some Junie Smith movies with. He actually got a speaking part in there. He was in the hallway when they came in and kicked in. He said, "Hey man, when the kid, I don't know if you remember, the kid like lost the ball or something down the hallway or whatever." And he said, "Hey man, what's going on?" Like something like that. But he was in that as well. But so I just went to an open casting call, got in. They took your headshot. They looked at you. They got your sizes and everything. And the next thing I knew, I got called back. So I was like, "Bet." So I went up. They shot that. It was supposed to be Madison Square Garden. They shot that at Nassau Coliseum, right in Long Island.
Wow.
They shot that scene in Nassau Coliseum. The whole boxing scene, with Ali Frazier. That was pretty cool, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we've had we've done a couple pictures together that were a lot of fun. So I'm sure it wasn't anything compared to being on the set of American Gangster, but you know.
Yeah, nah. You know the coolest part of that whole thing was seeing Josh Brolin, like being like real close to Josh Brolin and being like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Like, "Yo, Brolin is my dude, man." Like he was really, really cool. Like he was like locked in the character, like that face. I was like, "Yo, this dude is the truth, man." That was the coolest part of being in that movie, like just being able to kind of like, like not getting his way, but like, hey.
Right.
That kind of thing. Josh Brolin is the dude, man. Big fan of his work.
He's dope.
Yeah.
So the movies we made together, the two we made together, I always put you out when it's freezing ass cold, and you're like, God damn, man, why is it so damn cold here?
Yeah, man. No, but you know what? That's what it's about, man. Like that's the work, man. That's the work. I love that, man. I embraced it, man. Yeah, the ones we did, it was snowing and it was cold and it was, but I love it. Rainy, gloomy. But they kept the vibe and the energy and the mood of the film. Like that's what's important, man. That's dope. Yeah.
It really is. I always say those are the worst to shoot, but they look the best.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That kidnapping scene when I snatched up Christina in that movie and that scene right there was real. Remember what happened to her father when we went to the screening?
Yes. Yo, man.
You gotta tell this story. Oh my God.
Yo, man. Our first feature film, fucking, we have a premiere in Pittsburgh in the movie theater, all excited. Our lead actress is there. Kyle's there. Chuck D's there. Theaters, a decent crowd showed up. And we get like midway through the movie, and our lead actress, Christina, her father, who was like a chiropractor. So he was he was like a kind of a fit dude, or whatever.
Yeah.
In the middle of the screening, he has a seizure.
Yo, but it happened when on that scene. Remember when I kidnapped her, when I put the chloroform and picked her up and everything. He had a scene. I heard him like groaning and like he was locked up, and I looked and I'm like, yo, because I was sitting next to Christina and him.
Right.
Yo, he literally like had like he. I don't know if it was too much for him to just see that. But that shit was real, man. I was like, we had to turn the lights on, stop the movie. It was crazy, man. I was like, holy shit. Now that's some acting for your ass.
You're right. Yo, man. I was up at Mara and I were up in the back and John and we hear all this commotion going on. I'm like, what the hell? Did somebody bring their kid to our movie? We shouldn't have kids in here. And then it's like help, and it's like, oh shit. Like I'm thinking somebody's dying or something. I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah,
crazy
man.
Times, man. Crazy times.
I had forgot about that. I hadn't thought about that in a long time, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was our first premiere. So it's all, it's all uphill from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so then
Mara says she still has nightmares about it.
Right. Yeah. So then it was, but you've always stuck with the music, the Something That Matters record that you put out. I'm trying to remember when that was.
That was like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
2011. Yeah. Because that was right, like literally as soon as we released it, and I started to start promoting it and going out and doing a couple of shows, I get a call from Bootsy. Hey, little bro. I'm like, what's up, big bro? So he told me that Muddy, his main guy, was in Paris, couldn't do the show, and he's like, man, look here, little bro. You the only one I know that's versatile enough to pull it off. You can pull off George, you can pull off Glenn Goins, you can pull off everybody, man, Muddy. I need you on this tour. I said, say less, brother. I'm there, So, and I ended up spending like almost 3 years out on the road with him. So Something That Matters kind of just sat there, So, and that's what I was telling Preem, man. I'm like, yo, we're gonna re-release that and put the push on it that it needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's such a great record. Oh, rest in peace, Deb Williams. Wow.
Yeah, man. My heart, man. Yeah. She's got 2 amazing tracks on there, man.
Yep.
Yes, rest in peace. R.I.P. baby. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was me, Preem, Deb, and Juice. Yeah, because Juice had Paradise on there.
Yep.
Did you have anything? No, we did stuff afterwards, I think. We did like Press Rewind and remember that? Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Press Rewind.
A couple of other joints, yeah. So yeah.
Yep. Press Rewind and Straight to Dessert.
Straight to Dessert, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get them. Like I said, the vault is open now, baby. We got to make it happen.
We got some joints. Yeah, something that matters. And then so you got to go out on the road with Bootsy.
Oh, Tom Macklin, that's right. Tom Macklin.
Oh yeah.
Right. Tom mixed that. That's right, man. My bad. Thanks, Preem. Thank you, man.
Yeah. So you were on the road with Bootsy for like 3 years. Wow, it was that long?
Yeah. Wow. Man. Yeah. Because we did our last stuff at like 2013, I think it was. That was the last hit in Japan and everything. And then I was like, yo, man, I was just missing too much time with, family and Deb.
Yeah.
He was young. I was like, man, because you're going for 3 months. You're going for 3 months. You come back for a week. You're going again for a month and a half. You're back for 10 days. You go again. So it was like that. It was it was a world tour. Like he was doing everything stateside. Then we'd hit the Netherlands. Then we'd come home. Then we do like 6 shows in Japan. Come home. Then we do the States again. It was. I mean, we were doing like 2.5 hours every night. I came home, man. I came home like 135 pounds. Everybody's like, yo, you all right? I'm like, yo. I mean, I lost so much weight from sweating every night. And you know me, Doc. I'm not going. I'm not stopping at Popeyes. I'm not stopping at McDonald's. So I was eating like trail mix and bananas and shit like during the day. I would eat one meal when we got to catering. We got to craft services at the, and then if we had like a day off, I go to a restaurant, eat a nice meal, but I wasn't eating none of that fast food shit, man.
Yeah.
So every day I just burned everything off, man. My clothes were hanging off me, man. And that summer though, I went from 135 pounds to 178 pounds that summer.
Damn.
I put it on. I did Robert De Niro Raging Bull shit. It was real, man. Mama got me right, boy. You like, you can't be walking around here looking like that, boy. God damn. So, I got right though. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because I remember
it was about 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, because I think I saw you early on. You guys came to Pittsburgh. And,
that's right.
Yeah, because Mara was
joint,
pregnant with Davey.
Wow, that's right. It was the outdoor joint. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
AJE. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She said. Mara was pregnant with Davey. Yeah, so that was 2011, and she said he was kicking the whole time. So.
Oh yeah, he felt the funk.
Yep, he felt the funk.
Yeah,
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So you've been kicking around for a while, and you got the new record, and having contractions. He said too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and wait, and we got to talk about the Martini Swing.
Oh yeah, man. So actually, we're right on time with it. So when I came home from Bootsy, I started kind of reassessing, my career, what I want to do, who I want to be, who I am, stuff like that. And I said, okay, well, where am I now? I hate to speak in third person, but if you got to assess like, okay, the Kyle Jason career, like at this stage of your career, like who are you? Like what is your truth? You know what I mean? And again, nightlife, fashion, libation, fun. You know how I perform. Everything is off the cuff, very Rat Packy, very,
Yep.
So I adopted all of that, and I said, I need to put something together where I can stay home with the family and just be like a weekend warrior. Do a hit here in Charlotte. Next weekend, do like maybe a boat ride in Florida. Then do something in Atlanta. Every week, once a week kind of event. So I started coming up with this idea of like this, the ultimate night out on the town. Glamour, cufflink, pinky ring, ascot, scarf, tie, all of that kind of stuff. Women, stockings, heels, perfect makeup, perfect hair. So I was thinking, like, well, what could it be called? Came up with the name, the Martini Swing, and it stuck. And now, we're back. Now, because now what I'm doing now with the Martini Swing is just creating this. It's more about the event than it is about me. You know what I mean? I'm featuring other artists. So now it's the Martini Swing Presents. Like we did the album release party a couple of weeks ago, and it was the Martini Swing Presents the Kyle Jason album release party for the right place. Next, it could be anything, the ultimate this, or Kyle Jason presents a night of, elegance and blah, 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 featuring the songs of blah, 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 starring, me and maybe two other singers or something like that. So the Martini Swing is a lot of fun. I love doing it. It's definitely the brand now. It's what it's all about, along with what I'm doing as an individual artist. The Martini Swing is the parent over all of that right now.
Right. No, that's fantastic, man.
Somebody get this man a date to Bethesda. Blues and Jazz.
There you go.
Yep.
I like that.
That would fit so perfectly because it's a seated dinner club.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what the Martini Swing is. Yeah.
That would fit so perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, so we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Bethesda, big time.
Okay.
You got the connects, Jen?
For sure.
I got him.
She does.
Talk.
Yep.
We definitely need to talk.
Jen on the case.
Who
I know.
Here?
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The minute you said that, it screams Bethesda.
I gotta make sure you got the promo reel too, so you can see kind of like what it's about.
Yeah.
That'll kind of help, clear the picture a little bit for you.
Bethesda, Maryland, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Take the swing on the road.
There you go. That's the plan, baby. Dev's 20 now.
Idea,
I can move around a little bit now and not feel so guilty.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So you sold out the album release party, huh?
Yes, I did, man. They were turning people away. And what's interesting, man, is the Middle Sea Jazz. That's a club that I've been trying to get into for a while. And finally got in there, and they finally let a brother up in there. And when I got in there, man, it was like, okay, I told you.
Yep.
So it was great, man. I was very, very happy with the outcome and the turnout. And for all the cats that couldn't get in, I apologize. And we're working on new dates right now for Charlotte. So
fantastic.
Soon. Yeah, man.
Fantastic. So yeah. Anything else you want to announce that you got coming up?
No, well, just more shows, man. Lock in to me on social media, Instagram, the Kyle Jason, or Instagram, the Martini Swing. Facebook, Kyle Jason, the Martini Swing, the Martini Swingers. Asked to join the Martini Swingers group. People go in there and post pictures of their outfits and them just having a night out on the town, having fun, stuff like that. We're trying to get that, reinvigorated, trying to get it started up again since I'm back on the scene and stuff like that. Go to themartiniswing.com to check what we're doing and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Like, just be on the lookout. Hopefully we'll be able to get on the road with the right place as well. And kind of tie in Martini Swing events around that. So that's it. UK, hopefully, like I said, dealing with a lot of cats from the UK now since the record is doing well over there.
Yeah,
maybe they'll be able to pull me over there and I'll do some shows. West Coast as well. I'm working with a young cat on the West Coast that wants to help me promote as well. So, how you do that? Do that right. There you go. So hopefully I'll be able to get out there, soon too. So just be on the lookout, man. Like I said, I'm really excited. And It took me a second to get here, but I'm definitively in the right place, and I'm ready to rock and roll, man. You know.
Fantastic,
really.
bro. Fantastic.
Yeah. And thank you
All
so
right.
much for having me, man.
Hey, man, come on now. Anytime you want to come back and announce anything, you let me know.
I will.
It's just a phone call, bro.
So
it's all good.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
Thank you guys, man.
I'm checking your site out, man. It's dope. This looks phenomenal.
I got to
Martini
get you a
Swing.
jacket like that. Yeah, you should. You got to get you a jacket like that.
They don't make them that
Come
big.
on, you can pull it off. You can pull it off. Don't say you can't. You can pull it off. Did you see? Did you see the jacket, Jenny? Did you see the jacket?
That jacket's dope, dude.
Let me see the jacket.
Go to the
I'll share my
martiniswing.com.
screen.
Here, wait, he's gonna pull it up.
See.
Checkify is gonna pull it up.
Yeah, this shit's dope.
Because let me see the jacket. Let me see it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Well,
That shit looks dope.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be somebody to pull that shit off, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I got a friend, Angela Renee Simpson. I actually went to high school with her. She's never missed a show. And when I came out there with that jacket on, she's like, "Look, man, just only you would even dare to wear some shit like that, you know." She's like, "The jacket, where's the jacket?" You know. So when she saw the pictures, so after that photo shoot, the first show we did after that, I had to wear that jacket. So yeah, so I took it off though, because Doc, you know I sweat a lot, man. I can't. I'm not sweating that jacket out. Can't.
Yeah,
do
no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't, man. You put it because you put in work, bro.
Yes,
You
sir.
put in
You
the
got
work.
to, man. You got to give the people that paid the price to get in, the price of admission. You got to give them their money's worth and some. You know, that's the way we do it.
I got before we go, I got to tell the one last story with putting in the work. You gave me a crash course in that New York, Long Island, Strong Island. What is it? Getting somebody to man up by because we did the video for a song called People People.
Oh yeah.
And it was at this little club you had booked, and you were going to do a performance, and I showed up with a new camera that I had never used before,
right?
And it was just me, and me and a camera, and you had shot a video for a song called After Midnight the week before with another guy who showed up with like 5 cameras.
Oh yeah.
Cranes, sandbags, lights, like the whole gamut. Like he showed up with an army production squad. I showed up with one camera, and I was like, before we started shooting, I was like, "So how'd the video shoot go last week?" Because I'm like expecting you to be like, "Ah, it was cool," and you're like, "Oh man, it was great. He showed up with all this equipment, and we shot all these scenes. He was like getting these angles and stuff." And like inside, I'm like standing there like this, and inside I'm like, "Holy fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do?" Because it's just me and this camera. And it's like, But then I remember you telling me, it's like, "Yo, we gotta get you to man up, you know? You gotta
look, man, steel sharpens steel. You did not disappoint. That fucking people still talk about that people video right now. Because again, it's about the care. It's about the vision. It's about you working with what you have. And I did that purposely. You know, I did that purposely.
I know.
Be like, "Yo, man, this motherfucker, you know, I mean, like you here, bro, like you gotta, you know, this motherfucker came in with a goddamn, 40 cal, man. You got a pea shooter, man. Like what you gonna do, bro?" And you delivered. And that video, your video came out. The other video never came out.
Exactly. Right. Because that was the thing. That was the end of that story is that when we were done shooting, you were like, "So when do you think you get it done?" And I was like, and you said, "I got a record release party next week." And I said, "Oh, well, I should have it done." And you were like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." And a week later, I showed up at the record release party with the video in hand. And you were like, "Yo, okay." And they had a big screen set up. And they premiered the People video, and it looked great on the big screen. They premiered the After midnight video.
that shit gave people seizures, man. I mean, that motherfucker he hit so many cuts, man. I was like, God damn, Playboy, like what is this? Like, it didn't
work. Didn't work so well,
man.
Yeah,
it didn't work. Yeah.
And then later that night, you were like, so when can you come back and shoot a new version of After Midnight?
Video. Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
So, I don't quite honestly know what anybody has, if anybody has a problem with that jacket.
Oh no. I mean,
that was me every day in high school.
Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, let's go.
That was me. That was me all day, every day in high school.
There you go.
I love it. See, that's how it's done.
I showed up to high school looking like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with that jacket at all.
Listen, I tell you, honestly, I show up, the same way. I was out there, I'd show up in button braces and vests, and they're like, yo, what, dude, like, what are you? I'm like, listen, man, this is how it's done. This is how I do it. You can do it with me if you like. You could do it with me. I don't criticize you for what you wear, so don't be so concerned about what I wear. Yep. But I dress like this all the time. If you got clothes, you wear them. Simple as that.
Exactly.
That's it. That's how I live. That's how I live my life.
Ice. Yep. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the consideration.
Like I said, open invitation anytime you want to come back, man.
Thank you, man. Love you guys, man. Talk soon, Doc. Okay.
All right, bro.
Come find me because we'll talk about Bethesda.
I'll put you guys in touch, Jen.
Yeah, please, and we'll talk. Yep. I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
Right. Absolutely.
Peace. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. Yeah, there it is.
That's a smooth motherfucker right there.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, indeed.
Dude,
see, back in high school, that so would have been right up my alley.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, yeah, dog.
Man, I hope the Martini show comes to, or the Martini Swing comes to Kentucky. I don't know about that though.
You gotta find.
I was gonna say good luck with that.
Yeah, I may have to travel to Atlanta or Charlotte or something.
Down to Charlotte. Yo, man, I saw Ice play the spot in like West Virginia once, and he turned it out. It was dope. So, yeah, man.
I watched that video while we were on that you were talking about. That shit was fucking fire.
The one with the album covers.
Yeah.
Or Why Am I So Funky?
Yeah, I put it in the chat for everybody.
Yeah. Erykah Badu straight up stole that shit. So,
hey, he either pissed off a lot of like very important women in his life, like Janet Jackson, Destiny's Child. I mean,
Alicia Keys,
Erykah Badu's biting his shit.
It's funny, right? Yeah, man. It's funny. Nah, like yep. Oh, there you go. I got peeps at Louisville, Kentucky. There we go.
That's what's up, John Malone.
There we go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something. I told you about this, Doc. I want to do something for Juneteenth one year.
Yeah.
Have a whole thing, like a weekend thing.
Yep. That would be dope. Yep. Hype Style, new Confrontation Camp LP. Oh, I don't know about that. I've tinkered with that idea. It's just a matter of if I can get the guys on board with that. So we'll see.
I'll do a bunch of Prophets of Rage covers.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
Y'all could be the what is it like? Velvet Revolver was supposed to be the new Guns N' Roses. Y'all could be the new POR.
Yep, there you go. we're gonna, huh?
No, I've got that CD. I'm gonna have to dig it out and listen to it in Jennifer's truck because I haven't heard that thing in God probably
Confrontation Camp.
20 years. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Great stuff. We're gonna get it remastered and re-released, hopefully later this year, on the Spit Slam record label group, which is also the sponsor of our show.
Cue it up.
The Spit Slam record label group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam record label group. Throwback to the future sound. Yes, indeedy. And also,
you totally should have brought. You totally should have split screened.
Oh,
What? I was showing off my dope dance moves.
yeah. You got the
Dude,
dance.
I learned that shit from Alfonso Ribeiro's
You
breakdance. I had the poster.
Yeah.
You totally should have split
Yeah,
Let's
screen.
breakdance.
Yep, that's right.
Oh my god.
And also real quick, you can also catch me on the And You Don't Stop radio show Friday nights, where I do this segment, the Spit Slam Jam of the Week. And this week's Spit Slam Jam of the Week is DJ Ace Gonna Need Stitches.
How do you know when that cut or scratch
little bit of
really
that.
requires stitches? So let me show you what I mean. I mean.
Want a battle? Bring your skills to the battle. Boys need stitches when I'm finished. Straight up and down. Let me show you exactly how it's properly done. Bring the skills back. Do it now. Don't get me started.
Yep. There you
That's
go.
just dope, dude.
Yeah. From the new album, Revenge of the DJ compilation album. And yep, tons of, if you dig that, you'll dig the record, because that's what it is. 10 joints, super dope DJ cuts.
I might
Cutting
use
in
that on
graphic and all that
my.
mess.
I might use that on my corporate live show. I'll just use that
There you go.
as my background.
Only if you'll
music.
dance like you just did.
Instant
Dude,
thank
don't make me break out the worm one week. I'll wear my. Hey, you may not know this, but like 2 years ago, well, it was right before COVID. I think
You
it was
were a
right before
b-boy.
COVID. Well,
What?
I
What happened?
took adult hip hop class.
Nice.
Oh yeah, dude, it was great
Oh, my
exercise.
I bet.
Yeah, I've got video of it when we did our recital. I did the worm. People were like, "The fuck is 50-year-old man doing the worm?" That's why I
that's
check
great.
on him. Yeah.
I would so bust myself up if I tried to do the worm.
You know, I tried to do the, where you jump over your leg, you hold your leg and you jump through it.
Yes.
Jump
Oh,
over.
yeah.
it.
Kid play kick. Yeah. Kid
Yeah.
play used to do that.
So I told Charlie, I told her, check this out. You think you can dance? Watch this. Dude, I about broke my ankle. My body parts aren't as small as they used to be, so I was just like, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's, I
It was
used
bad.
to be able to do that.
That's
Mara,
like
I'll send you
people,
that video, but you can't share that shit out because I got a reputation to protect.
Mara, seriously, you have to share. But that's like everybody say they want to videotape me sea walking out in the park. No.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
nope.
Well, we'll save all that stuff for a season 3 intro video. That's what
No, how about no? Yeah.
yeah, that'd be great. So Chuckify doing the worm, Jenny C walking.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
It was a fairly decent worm. I mean, I was compared to the very hungry caterpillar,
Ah,
if you're familiar with that.
I
nice.
can't.
Shout out to the kids. Hey, we're bringing it back. We said
That's
this
right.
for the fucking kids.
I
right.
cannot.
That's right. Goddamn straight. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on the show. Everybody watching on the replay. Please go check out Kyle's new album, The Right Place. Out now on all the streaming platforms. I think you guys will dig it. like I said, one of the most talented dudes that I've ever met and worked with. And yeah, check out the music, and we will see everybody next week right here on It's C-Doc Again.
It's